Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Inevitable Design. My name is still PK and I make WordPress tutorials for designers and developers. Now, I had forgotten that that was episode 9. It was an odd number episode. This is an even number episode, which means 2 drop every other day, which also means I didn't have to wait that long. I didn't have to, stretch that last one out just to add that extra bit at the end. I could have just done it here because they dropped together. But anyways, we'll just do more, okay? So start this again and let's go. Okay, now this says this is a heading, which is not exactly what we need. Let's just go back and check the global block and see if we missed anything, all right? Oh, we missed the content. That's probably why, right? So let's go do that. And another thing that I'm really liking about Breakdance right now is that you can have several tabs of Breakdance open and it'll be fine, which is something. Where am I? Yeah, I don't know, just leave the page. Yeah, which is something that I really like because Oxygen, you only could have one tab open with it. And so that means, if you're building a lot of stuff haphazardly, then it still works. All right, so oh, I'm wearing the same t-shirt. Oh well. You know that I'm not. I'm just changing t-shirts. Anyways, and this one is important. It's a good t-shirt. It's Slayer. So enough useless chit-chat. Let's get back to the content. All right, so this text, that says this is a heading. That's why it's a problem. It should have been this. It should be a dynamic heading. So let's go to WooCommerce. It should be product title. So let's do that. And now we got Black O2. Cool. All right. Refresh this. Voila. Cool. That's really cool. We can click on that. Get to see. Yeah, that all works. That's very cool. Okay. Now let's sort out this little bit here, and then let's add this on top of the grid. Okay, of the archive. Okay. Where were we? Shop page and all product archives. Yep. 2 of those. All right. All right, let's see. Why is the space between items only 1? What's wrong? That means, not that one. That means that this it's got a gap of 20. Oh, okay. All right. It's because this content in here has a gap, I think. Nope, that's not it. What's the problem then? Does this have a gap? I'm gonna find it. All right, I'm gonna pause the video for a second. I'm gonna find it, and I'll get back to you on this. All right, that was simple. just search for gap. All right, let's hope that works. Cool. 0, 0. All right, let's put 0 in here. Let's put 0 in here. Does that change it? No, it didn't seem like it did. Nope. All right, I gotta pause this. I gotta find where that padding comes from. Give me a second. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I thought it would because I can't find it. So what I did was I put in a class here in the global element, and I looked for that class. So it says product card, and I looked for that class on the front end. And as you can see, it is over here, which means that this must be the highest you can go in terms of the global element, right? So that's in this div number 100, all right? So I don't know what part of 100 that is, but anyways, so that doesn't matter. You can see that it says product card there. That means that we cannot go above product card, the class of product card inside the global element. That means it is part of the custom, is part of the custom post loop builder, right? Now, I've looked through everything best I could, and the padding that you're seeing here is on EE post, as you can see here, gap 20, padding 20, right? So if we take that out, make it 0, that's what we want, right? The gap doesn't do much, but yeah, that's what we want, right? Just take out that padding, and that looks, better. So what we can do is, and this is all I have at the moment. If there's a better way, please let me know in the comments, because I'm sure there could be. If not, then maybe it's a feature that will happen in the future, right? This is pretty full-fledged. It has all the features pretty much, but it's still new technically, so it might not have some stuff. Anyways, here, this is very similar to how Elementor does it. It can be good when used in not little, but important parts. Not important. All right. So when used sparingly, okay? So what this does, and like I said, Elementor has the same thing. It takes this, you can actually assign something to the selector, and it picks it up from that unique number. All right, that's where it picks it up, and you'll get, so it helps you target that section or that element or that block a lot easier, and it just sticks around with it. All right, so it's good when you're using stuff like this, when you're using global archives, for example, or like something that can apply or can be used in many places, not for little things every time. Okay, what I mean is, like, for example, if you have a page that is designed like this, right, like that, and you add custom CSS this way to every little element here, then it's going to be a huge hassle to not only delete, to change, or anything. It's going to be a huge hassle. All right. So in this case, this one line of CSS that we're going to add will will apply to all the product archive pages. All right. So it's worth using. Okay. Now it will look, all right, I'll show you how to write it. All right, so we're going to take out the padding, right? And as you can see, we're going to take it out from EE post. Okay. Now, hopefully, that module, the query builder module, is that right? Loop builder module is here. All right. So that is this guy here. Oh, yeah, that is this guy here. Okay, so if we target EE post underneath it, then it is a class that is a child class. So yeah, child. So that means it's nested inside. So it's going to be EE post like that. So the selector will be this whole post loop builder. Then we're going to go inside the EE post and add padding 0. And there you go. Okay. All right. So this I'm going to add in the in the description below. Also will be on my web page. That will also be in the description below, which is where you'll find all the other code snippets that we keep, using as we go along. Okay. Also, like I said, if they add this feature, you don't need to do this in the future. However, that's how you write extra lines of CSS directly in the module. And like I also said, you got to use it sparingly. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very hard to manage. All right, delete that. Oh, I love that. That's good. Okay, so that really helps. It really helps. Really helps show you what exists, like what kind of modifications, what customizations, settings you've changed. Anyways, so yeah, let's save this and let's check it out. There we go. Lovely. Here we go. E-post, and there we go. Yeah. So this is at the same level because it is only hooking into a class here. All right. So no, the loop one, that one here. All right. So BDE post loop 62102. That's the class that this module has, and that anything underneath it will hook into that. Okay. So because this is CSS and it's cascading, it actually has the exact same specificity as the other one, as this one, but it's loaded later. So that's why, because that's the default, that loads probably first. This comes later. It loads specifically on this page, which is why we get that. All right. Now, if you need to beat specificity, anything, and you can see that they're the same, adding anything there will do it. Add a div in front and it will do it, and it will have higher specificity like that. Just even the div will do it. Okay, so let's just save that. I'll show you. All right, you don't always have to worry about specificity, but there you go. Right, so now it's not. Yeah, I mean even before. Let's say so it has that div there, and it overrides this as well. Okay. Relying on load order or the cascade, where anything that's written on top loses in specificity. If all specificity is equal, then it will lose out to anything that is below it. I don't like relying on that too much. So adding a div there or adding an extra class there usually helps a little better. You can probably add like EE post grid in between if you need to, but a div, lowest element, is fine. Okay. If you want to learn a little bit more about CSS and how specificity works, I'll add another link down below, which is a crash course to CSS. So check that out. It talks about all the specificities and how to write your code so it'll beat whatever the builder outputs. Okay. All right. Cool. So there we are. That's good. Now let's add a section above it, and we're gonna add this stuff, the shop. All right, so that shop is an H1. It's in regular paddings, and half width, half container width column of paragraph of body text. So that is one unit. This is probably another unit. It's another unit. So let's just quickly add that, right? All right, heading, rich text, rich text, rich text. Ooh, it's not a heading. There we go. Cool. That blue guy should be a 30, 1.5 rem in between. We can add a margin underneath, or we can add a gap in between. Doesn't really matter. Oh yeah, this should be shop. and bottom, 5. This guy, max width, I don't know how to find it. Max width. What? Oh. Half column, that will be 30. There we go. And this would have no padding on the bottom. All right? And there we go. We can do it the other way around. Like we can take the padding out of the top of this as well. It doesn't really matter because it'll be exactly the same. But here we go. All good. That's what that looks like. Very nice. All right. So join me again in the next lesson and we'll keep going. Okay? All right. See you there. Bye.